915_AM. Yo, B, you actually look both happier and healthy. No bloat. I know. What's the secret, my dude? Also, been loving these live chats and you interacting directly with us fans. Keep the great content. Thanks, brother. I love doing them. As far as happier, yeah, since I got to Texas, just way less stress. I cut out all the bullshit in my life, and I'm completely sober from everything. If you count nicotine, I guess I'm California sober. All I do is nicotine, and I just work out and focus on my kids, and I do this, man. So my life's way less complicated. No bloat. A lot of that was due to alcohol consumption. Alcohol will mess you. It's poison. So I did have a alcohol-free beer last night. It was ice cold, and I was doing football practice with Tiger and Bosty. So I was out there for like an hour, and it was so hot. And my father-in-law was like, "You down for a beer?" I'm like, "Sober, man." And he goes, "No, alcohol-free." I'm like, even then, I'm like, I don't want my kids to see me drink at all. And Tiger was like, "Dad, you gonna drink?" I'm like, "No, dude, this is basically like a root beer, but no sugar." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And I drank it. I'm like, this thing is fresh.
Yeah?
Non-alcoholic beer might be my new thing.
It's still gross. I never liked beer, so it's just gross to me.
Oh, dude, when it's hot out and it's an ice cold non-alcoholic beer, it was a Miller Lite too, buddy. It was tasty. I wish I had one right now. I don't even have my Diet Cokes right now, and I'm jonesing. All right, let's do this. Drew
Brendan Schaub is on a level of redactedness that is incredible. So, Miller Brewing does not currently produce a direct non-alcoholic version of Miller Lite. They previously made a non-alcoholic beer called Miller Sharps, but it has been officially discontinued. By the way, you don't really need to Google it to know that this dummy really thinks, he legitimately thinks, that light beer is non-alcoholic beer. Wow. I couldn't believe it when he said it. This moron, this absolute redacted loser dummy really thinks light beer is non-alcoholic. He drank an actual just regular beer, just a Miller Lite. And what did his father-in-law tell him? That Miller Lite's not non-alcoholic. Miller doesn't make non-alcoholic beer, nor would any person who drinks beer buy non-alcoholic beer and just be like, here, have a non-alcoholic beer. Yo, Schaub, why did your father-in-law get you to drink real beer? And did you see this dummy who has no idea that Miller Lite is not non-alcoholic? He's like, "Oh, it's so great. It's the greatest thing ever. I can't believe I like that beer so much. I can't believe non-alcoholic beer is so delicious." It was a regular beer. It was a Miller Lite. Whoa. This is a level of redactedness I've never seen before, ladies and gentlemen. I knew this guy was dumb, right? I knew this guy was an idiot. But does he think all light beer is non-alcoholic? Does this dummy really think that? So, wait, I'm trying to understand. So he's in the back watching the UFC thing. Father-in-law is like, "Here, have a beer." And he's like, Nah, I'm Schaub. I don't drink anymore, B. You got to watch after Panther in Boston, you know. We got to watch the UFC fight. And he's like, "No, don't worry. It's non-alcoholic. It's a Miller Lite." Okay, go. He didn't read anything on it? It was a Miller Lite? He said it was a Miller Lite. He thinks light beer is non-alcoholic. He's that stupid. All right, so Bop is an alcoholic again. We fell right off the wagon. Went ahead and got drunk on set. How many of them do you think he had? Because he's a pathological liar, so he says just one. He probably had like 5, got wasted, didn't even know it. Just walking around like, "Woo, this non-alcoholic beer is so great." This man is a moron on levels that need to be studied someday. He's incredibly stupid. And how much does his own in-laws hate him that they're secretly plowing him with alcohol? How did the father-in-law know this dummy wouldn't like read it or know? He just believed him. Oh yeah, Miller Lite, I'll take that. Yeah, it's kind of odd. You always drink regular beer. Why would you go get non-alcoholic beer and drink it during the UFC? No matter what. Okay, I'll take one. Wow, what a dummy. Look at him there in his short shorts, by the way. I wasn't even going to make a video about this. I was going to make a video about other dumb stuff he said during this live stream. But my God, the dude who goes on this whole thing, I'm completely sober, B, cut off the alcohol, not bloated anymore. And now I love non-alcoholic beer, Miller Lite. Next I'm going to get a Bud Light. Then he really thinks light beer is non-alcoholic. By the way, I looked it up because I was like, all right, maybe he's just saying it wrong and he drank some other type of Miller that might be non-alcoholic. Nope. Miller doesn't make a non-alcoholic beer. But even if they did, I know he wasn't talking about that because he said Miller Lite. Of course it was a Miller Lite. Of course his father-in-law is a Mexican who drinks regular beer and it was just light beer. And this dummy thinks light beer is non-alcoholic because that's how much of an idiot he is. Look at him. He looks drunk right now, too. I mean, he probably can't even tell anymore. Because, you know, he's sitting in that storage unit studio, breathing in all those fumes. So he probably walks around tipsy all day anyway. So he probably couldn't tell the difference. My God, what a buffoon. What an idiot. What a dummy. What a dumbass. And no one's going to tell him. That's the amazing thing. Like, he said that in front of Chin and Fake Landau. And Fake Landau doesn't drink because he just said he doesn't like beer. But I know for damn sure Chin knows. And Chin's just not going to tell him. No one's going to tell him. You know, I don't think you're allowed to tell this dummy stuff. I mean, he says Super Bowl instead of Super Bowl. So there's that. But my God, what an absolute dumbass. Dude really drank a Miller Lite and thought it was non-alcoholic and then went on about how much he loved it. This is great. It's my new favorite thing. This Miller Lite stuff. Yeah. It's a non-alcoholic Miller Lite. Oh my God. What an absolute redacted piece of shit. Wow, what a loser. Well, it's all downhill from here. Once you fall off the wagon, well, something tells me those leftover bottles of Panther Thick whiskey are going to be empty pretty soon. Yeah, I see, but let me know your thoughts in the comments.